to say something before you get going. So one of the things that's related to discourse mapping is knowing what are the links between each thing. So what I sent you guys as my outline indicated that the structure was the English phrase and then the meaning of what the students thought. So those are, if you keep English phrase, student comment, using space, that's showing discourse throughout your whole piece so that you can see that those ideas are all connected. Also, showing the emotion throughout is another way that you can make sure that you're connected throughout your piece and having good transitions. So if you have questions about my interpretation, happy to discuss them. Go ahead, reader.
Gabby. Hello, class of 2017. Congratulations on making it to this momentous day. As Kylie and I sat down to write this speech, we tried to pick a topic that would make you hate us the least. We were torn between being funny, being cheesy and sentimental, or just being sassy. So today we are going to combine all of those traits in an attempt to break down some of the common cliches of graduation for you. Kylie. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. But is it really? We are positive you've all heard this phrase once in the last year. You've probably even received numerous cards with this phrase scrolled across the top. Sure, you're graduating from high school, but that does not mean that all the stuff we accomplish here shouldn't count towards our lives as a whole. Gabby. You'll look back on these days as the best days of your life. Now this one is definitely a big old cliche. High school treated most of us pretty well. But don't you fret, there are better things to come. We don't have to be confined by the memories we made at senior high, but instead can gently push them to the back of our minds and make room for the fresh and new. I am sure that we will come back in 2027 for our 10-year reunion with much more interesting best days under our belt. Kylie. We are the future. It's pretty obvious that we are. Any job or position you could ever dream of having will eventually open up. Sometimes it all comes down to how long you are willing to wait for your future to call upon you. Every one of us has so much to offer the world, and each of us brings a unique set of skills to the table that will help us accomplish anything we set our minds to. You never know. A member of our class could discover the cure for cancer, travel to outer space, or become President of the United States. Gabby. The skills you learned here will guide you in everything you do. We know plenty of you have asked your teachers, so what's the practical application of finding the tangent of this triangle or knowing how to make the perfect MLA citation? But maybe it's not the tangible knowledge we gathered, but the skills we obtained in process of gathering all this information. We are all capable of following directions, applying ourselves when needed, and yes, even arriving on time to things. We can ask questions, problem solve, and work as a team. Although many of us wouldn't care to admit it, senior high shaped us and prepared us for many of the possibilities that lie ahead. Kylie. Graduation is not a destination, it's a journey. Even if that journey involves the stretch of Little Caesars filling your nostrils, hours of homework, and waking up at ungodly hours every single day for 4 years. The only redeeming qualities may be late in Wednesdays and incentive days, but I can definitely say that I'm thankful that part of this journey is done. Gabby. As one door closes, another opens. And yes, the doors of senior high probably closed because you left your student ID at home. And Kylie. As you go out into the world, strive to make a difference and be true to yourself. You decide what making a difference is, so don't let anyone else do it for you. You do you. Gabby. Today is a great day full of hope and promise. Mostly of hope for graduation cards filled with cash and the promise of good food when this is all over with. Kylie. This is the end of a chapter in your book of life. As the high school chapter of our lives draws to a close, we will now leave you to reminisce on some ironic endings to the books that defined our childhood and our education. Stay golden, Pony Boy, The Outsiders. Don't ever tell anybody anything. If you do, you'll start missing everybody. Catcher in the Rye. But the sky was bright, and he somehow felt he was headed for the right direction. Stuart Little. So we beat on. Boats against the current. Come back ceaselessly into the past. The Great Gatsby. And tomorrow, I'll think of some way to get him back. After all, tomorrow is another day. Gone with the Wind. The time has come, class of 2017, for us to say goodbye to high school and to each other. Thank you for listening, and congratulations.